In July 2023, a decorated military intelligence officer sat before a congressional subcommittee and was sworn in. Under oath, David Grush testified that the United States government was operating a multi-decade crash-retrieval program and had recovered biological material of non-human origin. While the public absorbed the shock of those statements, a separate process was already in motion. Behind closed doors, the bureaucratic machinery of the national security state began executing a coordinated response to these claims. Here on this channel, our mandate is to examine the specific historical mechanics that institutions use to bury information and manage public perception. This inquiry leads away from the objects in the sky and toward the procedural filters that determine what the public is permitted to see. The individuals coming forward are not amateur observers. They include highly trained military personnel, like Navy Commander David Fravor, who testified to intercepting technology that appeared to bypass known flight characteristics and outperformed his own FA-18 fighter jet. The official response from the Pentagon remains consistent. Its All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, known as AARO, released a historical report concluding there is no verifiable empirical evidence of extraterrestrial technology. AARO attributes these sightings to atmospheric clutter, weather balloons, and sensor glitches. They argue that whistleblower claims are the result of circular reporting, a process where a small group of insiders repeat unverified stories about sensitive, but entirely terrestrial, national security programs. This creates a direct contradiction between the testimony of veteran military aviators and the official conclusions of the state. Public interest in these secrets spans decades, from the late 1980s claims about Area 51 to the Navy Tic Tac encounters filmed off the coast of California in 2004. When a high-speed jet tracks a slow object, shifting perspective creates a parallax effect, mimicking extreme speed. Furthermore, as the camera gimbal physically rotates to keep the object in frame, it creates the false illusion on screen of a craft defying conventional aerodynamics. Because the available video evidence is often captured at the edge of sensor capabilities, the data remains ambiguous and contested. If these objects are merely balloons and sensor glitches, the level of classification and the multi-decade effort to manage witness reports suggests the government is protecting a structure that goes beyond simple aerospace data. To understand this level of secrecy, we have to look at special access programs. These classifications were originally designed to keep legitimate military developments hidden from foreign adversaries. Taxpayer funds are moved into programs managed by private aerospace contractors. As private corporations, they are legally shielded from FOIA and congressional subpoenas. This creates a loop operating outside democratic oversight, dictating its own rules and hiding its budgets. Maintaining billions of dollars in unregulated spending requires a level of classification that remains impenetrable to external auditors. The public debate over alien visitors is a convenient distraction. It keeps lawmakers focused on the sky, while the military-industrial complex operates an unregulated shadow government. The tactics used to protect the structure were codified in 1953. The CIA convened the Robertson Panel to develop a strategy for managing public interest in unidentified objects. The panel recommended a public relations campaign that would use mass media to ridicule citizens and pathologize pilots. This was designed to create a social stigma that would discourage personnel from reporting what they observed. David Grush testified that these psychological mechanisms are still used today, describing the state's retaliation against whistleblowers as administrative terrorism. When personnel report unauthorized spending to Congress, their careers are systematically dismantled. Security clearances are revoked, and individuals face targeted threats to ensure compliance. By weaponizing administrative power against its own personnel, the government maintains a monopoly on classified data. The Pentagon's recent AARO report serves as a continuation of this 70-year public relations strategy. AARO dismisses modern whistleblower testimonies by categorizing them as rumors spread among a small group of insiders, effectively using the same pathologization tactics developed during the Cold War. Instead of conducting an independent investigation into physical anomalies, AARO reprinted the conclusions of past flawed military studies, relying on decades-old data to maintain the appearance of scientific rigor. The office functions as a mechanism for the neutralization of public interest and the defense of the military bureaucracy. The recent congressional hearings shift the focus from the skies back to the halls of power. A national security apparatus that uses extreme classification to hide its operations from elected representatives is acting outside the boundaries of a democratic society. The existence of unaccountable institutions operating with a monopoly on information presents a structural challenge to the foundations of the constitutional process. If you want to see more investigations into the hidden mechanics of history, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.